Jeremiah 29. Parachute down to verse number 11. 29:11. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord. Thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Then shall ye call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me, especially on Friday. And I will hearken unto you, and ye shall seek me and find me, when ye shall search for me with all your heart. And I will be found of you, saith the Lord, and I will turn away your captivity. God, I wish I had a church, the New Bible. That was a praise break right there, but we'll digress. Save it. And I will gather you from all the nations, and from all the places whither I have driven you, saith the Lord. And I will bring you again into the place whence I caused you to be carried away captive. Jump over Zephaniah chapter 3. Parachute over to verse number 14. Zephaniah chapter 3. Verse 14. Sing, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O Israel. Be glad and rejoice with all the heart, O daughter of Jerusalem. The Lord hath taken away thy judgments. He hath cast out thine enemy, the King of Israel. Even the Lord is in the midst of thee. Thou shalt not see evil anymore. In that day it shall be said to Jerusalem, fear thou not. And to Zion, let not thine hands be slack. The Lord thy God in the midst of thee is might. He will save. He will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love. He will joy over thee with singing. You may be seated. As you sit down, find your talking partner for the rest of this duration of message. Look at them and tell them, I have a secure future. Sound like you got a bad neighbor. It don't sound like they want to talk to you. Maybe you need to kick them off your road because they don't want to cooperate. Find a neighbor you can talk to for the duration of the message and just tell them, I have a secure future. When you look at the definition for secure, it can be both an adjective and a verb. An adjective simply means it's a word to describe what you're going to say. Is a pretty dress. Pretty is the adjective it describes. When we begin to look at the definition, we have to move in a certain way when we talk about the things of God. And permit me just a few minutes to humbly submit some things to you, and I'm out of your way. The definition for secure means free from danger of being taken by an enemy. An enemy that may resist assault or attack.
Come on. Come on. My God.
Free from fear or apprehension of danger. Not alarmed, not disturbed by fear. Confident of safety. It is also, to look at this word here that we are using, future, which simply means where you are now, there is something coming. Thereafter, that is which to be. That which will exist. You put those together, we are going to talk for a few minutes and raise your awareness of having a secure future. You don't have to worry about today or tomorrow. When you are saved, because you serve a God who has given you a secure future. Not just today, but forevermore. From today, you have no reason to fear. Gas is high, but you ain't got no reason to fear. Not a lot of food on the shelf, but I got a secure future. When we look at this, must acknowledge first thing in our face. Who are you talking about that has given you a secure future? We often think, imagine, daydream, wonder about our future, not based upon good things, but rather what could go wrong. I want to talk to some honest people in here. Your mind just kind of drifts with all of the problems you are facing, and then how they can become much worse. What if this happens? What if this doesn't happen? What if I don't get it? What if what I got gets worse? The uncertainties of life have a way of plaguing your mind until you do not even recognize yourself in the mirror. Life, love, and sickness, happiness, finance, family, sickness, etc., etc., etc. The list goes on and on of things we have playing in our mind that leave us feeling insecure. However, I want to talk to the believer. As believers, we must place our faith and our trust in who? The Lord. The term here is the Lord Theos or Kyrios, ye to whom which you belong. When you talk about where you place your faith and trust, it cannot be in just anyone or just anybody. And if we took time to talk to everybody in here, from the youngest to the oldest, it wouldn't even matter. There have been times you thought people would do, but did not. You were hoping people would not, and they did. I wish I had a real church I could talk to. You had promises that turned into IOUs. And they still haven't been filled as of yet. Which leaves you wondering and paranoid about who can I really trust? Who can I put my faith into? And I drop by here to tell you, man will fail. I don't care how much you love your mother, how much you love your father, sister, brother, best friend, all of it. At some point, it's going to be some failure in there, because God never means for anybody to replace him. I thought I had a church that wanted revival, but y'all got other things to deal with. Look here, another neighbor that you promised you would talk to and tell him, you better put your faith in God. Put your trust in God. When it comes to people, I'm sorry to tell you, you got to put a limited amount, a limited ability. You got to put a measure of faith in them, because you understand people are human and they can't always keep up with everything they desire to do or want to do. I wish I had a church I could talk to. They can't always give what they want to give. They can't always make you feel the way they want you to feel. At some point, people gonna come up short. If I had enough time, and I don't, but if I had enough time, I would try to help you to understand that after Adam fell, the only way you can keep things up is to keep Jesus in front. But most folk think that they have their own natural ability. You know, I'm big, or I'm tall, or I'm smart, or I know people, or I have influence. But at the end of the day, baby, God is going to make sure every believer knows where to put their faith and their trust. I don't have enough time to play with these things in here. If we had Minister Manning to stand up, she would tell you, doesn't make any sense when people drive through a stone wall into a stone house and still ride up on you. I thought I could have faith and trust that the house that I'm in and I'm working in has enough affordability to stop a truck from getting in. But it looked like a truck can come through the wall and through the house. But thanks be to God that the hand of God is more trustworthy than cement. And they ain't come to help me. I'm just trying to find folk that want revival. If I had enough time, we could have Deacon Rita stand up, take a time and carry it to the front of the church to help you to understand out of nowhere your body that has been operating can just stop functioning. But for the grace of God and the prayers of the righteous, the body could have been buried by now, but God gave us a cure. Look at the truck. Go and thank God for your security. What you got to face, what you got to hear in your mind, trying to get past all of the anxiety. Can't sleep because of what I see. Can't sleep because of what's playing over in my head. What I've been through. And tell them I'm in God's hands. And if they're not talking to you like they in them hands, don't talk to them till church is over. Find somebody that'll talk back to you like they got it, like the Bible said. Tell them I'm in God's hands. Our lives are placed in the hands of men who cannot calculate nor guarantee our success today or tomorrow. We'd all be in trouble. Look at the world now. Look at the society we live in now. Look at the economy we live in now. Depending on man. We got in God, we trust on the money. But we got people in the White House who don't even recognize God and pray to God. Why won't y'all talk back to me in here? So it takes some people who got a relationship with God, not trusting the society in which they live in, to show them I ain't got to have all the money to get my bills paid. I got five talking. I don't have to have the six-figure salary yet for me to buy a house. When you got a secure future, you know God will always provide when it looks like people don't want to give you. Let them tell you no, but at some point, God knows when the yes will be approved. This is the reason why we don't fret. I'm almost out of here. The reason why we don't fret. The Bible says, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious. Don't look at who they're talking about. Look at what it's saying. Hear the whole thing. Fret. Don't become disgruntled. Don't be envious. Don't want what other folk have, but you know they didn't get it the right way. Well, I wish I had a church I could talk. You're driving down, your car barely making it. And here come drug dealers driving by, and you like, you know what? I thought I had real people in here. I can make a couple of calls, and some things in my life would change around, would shift, but God won't let. So y'all not real people in here. God won't let what I would do even work. Feeling disgruntled, feeling out of place, feeling out of sort, feel like I don't fit in. I can call a couple of people that'll make me feel better about myself, but God. In a few more minutes, I'll be out of y'all way. Y'all can light the floor. This is the reason why we don't fret. This is the reason why we don't go through changes. When it look like folk who are doing wrong are doing better than those of us struggling to do it right. Thought I would have more than 5 talking to me. This is why we don't go crazy and say, I quit. I'm not going to keep doing this. I'm not going to stick with this. I'm not going to keep believing promises when it looks like those who are not even listening to God. They making it and I'm struggling. We don't fret the conditions of life with all its ups and downs. I got to move. Because we have a God who secures us. Tell a neighbor, I'm in God's hands. I need to hear a church say, I'm in God's hands. We have a God who secures us within a plan already finished that we have been placed in to enjoy the unraveling of God's unparalleled, victorious triumph over anyone or anything that comes against His will. If you didn't catch none of that, all I simply said was, God already gave you victory, and anything or anyone that stands in the way. Time to go to work. Another neighbor and tell them, many have tried. Oh, some of y'all scared to talk in here. Help me preach. Tell them, many have tried. Things have tried. Demons have tried. But I'm still here because I'm in God's hands. I'm going to find me a church I can preach to in here. finish, just nudge a neighbor and say, neighbor. They ain't talking to you. I said, find you a neighbor that's going to talk and say, neighbor, please don't think for 1 minute that when you see me giving God glory, I'm just trying to get somebody to help me celebrate. If nobody dances with me, I still got to give him glory because he could have dropped me when everybody else dropped. I'm almost there, I promise you. We got to go. Tell somebody you don't understand my story. Girl, they ain't talking to you. Man, they ain't talking to you. Find somebody that'll talk to you. Tell them you don't understand my story. All these tears are not tears of sadness. I got some tears of joy mingled in with what's going on.